is going on YouTube? Your boy Randy back with another YouTube video. And shit, we continuing the nice shirt trend, bro. We got a nice shirt on today, you know what I'm saying? Like, tight say. Alright, let me stop with that shit. Alright. But today's video, I'm gonna be talking about a little bit more personal, you know what I'm saying? To my friends and family that watch my videos, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? What the fuck is this nigga talking about? But I've actually been meaning to make this type of video for a while. At least like I wanted to put it into practice first and then kind of like talk about it after, but just because it's such a big, like, it's such a big thing now with like men, or like maybe not a big thing, but it's a big movement that's been around for a long time, and I was really like unsure about it and stuff like that. But today I'm gonna be talking about semen retention, or nofap, or you know, whatever the fuck you want to call it. No beating off, whatever, all, you know what I'm saying, like whatever the fuck you want to call it, bro, you know what I'm saying. So I've always wanted to like put it to the test and see, because I've seen so many videos on YouTube and just like researching stuff online talking about like semen retention, and like motherfuckers be talking about that shit like it's like you fucking, if you go 30 days without jerking off, you're gonna unlock some sort of fucking secret sixth sense. By the end of the 30 days, you're gonna get superpowers. You're gonna be this fucking untouchable god, some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be saying some crazy shit off of this stuff. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me take a break from fucking, you know what I'm saying, and fucking see what's up with this shit. Yo, that shit was crazy. Let me take a break from fucking, you know, whacking the chicken and fucking seeing what, you know, what these motherfuckers are talking about. See if it's valid or not. So I put it to the test. And from the month of, this was actually pretty recently, from March, I think like mid-March to like mid-April, I went on a cold like 30 days of just like no releasing, you know, quote unquote releasing, no busting nuts, and you know, no watching porn, none of that, you know, corn, you know, I'm not trying to get demonetized. So 30 days of none of that bullshit, you know, taking a break from all that shit, and then just giving it a try. So I'm here to make this video to tell you what I experienced, how I felt, you know, my mindset change, and all those things. So this is purely educational. This is just me talking about my experience and kind of just like what I went through during the time and stuff like that. So starting off with point number one, as always, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I got my fucking notes here, you know what I'm saying? So, all right. So point number one being that, I mean, bro, if you're gonna do nofap, nigga, like if you think you're gonna unlock some sort of fucking your third eye is gonna activate or some shit, like, nigga, that's not gonna happen, bro. Like, this is real life, bro. This isn't a fucking video game. This is anime. I'd say point number one being the biggest change was not physical. It's actually all mental. So, I feel like for me the biggest thing was like, I feel like I became so self-aware about like myself and my purpose, and I guess like what I was actually doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think about it, it's like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, if you watch that type of content, like, you know what I'm saying, that's just like, it's such a degenerate type of content, you know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like for this day and age, like especially when I was like growing up and I was a teenager, bro, like even then today, like that stuff is just so easily accessible, and like motherfuckers, like, yo, motherfuckers, like their lives can get ruined, bro. Like I've heard so many stories about like that shit ruining fucking marriages and like ruining relationships and stuff like that. And flat out, you know, now, which I mean, I'm for it, but a lot of women now just choose to say like, you know, if you watch porn, or you've watched porn in the past, or you're an addict, whatever, like, don't even bother hitting me up, because like, I mean, it's facts. Like, you know, who the fuck wants to date a fucking corn addict? You know what I'm saying? Corn as in substitute for, you know. So, but anyways, I just feel like I became more self-aware. I stopped acting on impulse, and I feel like it brought a lot of like clarity for me, I guess, to that extent. Like, I feel like a lot of the times, like when motherfuckers start watching that shit, like it just becomes routine. It just becomes like wound into your fucking routine and shit, and then it's kind of just like you kind of just do it out of like boredom or loneliness, or like there's so many reasons why you motherfucking like why you end up doing this shit. But when I took a break for like a month, like, for me, I don't know, like I felt fucking, well, first of all, I mean, I was talking about like mental being like the main thing, but physically I did feel better though. Like it's kind of weird to explain. I can't really explain how I was feeling, but I just feel like, you know, I just feel like because I wasn't wasting my energy on like sexual content and all that stuff, like I just feel like, you know, my mind just felt clear. Like I just feel like I you know, my mind wasn't thinking about like sexual stuff or wasn't thinking about all these other negative things, but just like, you know, like it was just, I just feel like that detox was fucking needed, first of all, but it really made me kind of like redirect like all this energy that I was like wasting on fucking, you know, all this other bullshit, and putting it like back into myself and like my mentality and stuff like that. I don't know if this is making sense. Hopefully this is making sense, but you just like after like a month of like not doing anything and just not watching that type of stuff, like your mind just becomes so clear. Like it just, you like, your mind becomes, it's so clear, like it kind of just feels like a weight was lifted off your mind. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna sound weird to those who like don't get what I'm talking about, but that's like the first thing. Like it wasn't like, okay, what I say is, I just feel like for me personally, I feel like a lot of that behavior for me was like automatic, and you kind of, like I said, you don't like at the end of 30 days, whatever, it's not like you gain a fucking, you gain a fucking superpower. Like you're not gonna start fucking flying and shit, but like, you know, at least like time passes and you do this shit for like a long time, like you do realize like how much fucking like energy you were wasting on it, and you realize how like programmed you became and how your mind became programmed with this type of shit. And then it's kind of just like, I don't know, dude, like you just realize like, damn, I was wasting so much time and energy on that shit. Like I really could have been doing so much stuff better, so many things better with my time than to fucking sit here and watch other people, you know, do the deed, and you know, you fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like but yeah, so that was my first point. And the second point that I'm gonna talk about next is, I mean, I feel like the best thing that I got out of this was realizing like, you know, how overstimulated we all really are on a day-to-day basis. Like, and I'm talking about like, you know, phones and social media, and obviously, you know, sexual content, and just like, I don't know, I feel like if like taking a break from this one thing was probably like one of the healthiest things I've ever done, aside from obviously like working out and like, you know, doing all this other physical bullshit. But just like, I don't know, dude, like just it was so healthy for me in the sense of like I stopped I like resisted urges, I was acting on discipline with this and that, and it really made me realize like how disciplined I can be if I put it to the test. And you know, everything that I was struggling with back then, like it really was all mental and shit like that. So doing this test, at least for the 30 days, whatever, you know, after all this time passed, essentially, like I realized like, wow, okay, well, first of all, I can be disciplined to do something if I put my mind to it and I really focus on you know, the task at hand. But two, I realized like, you know, this doesn't need to, like, I basically like broke out of a habit that I've had for like a long time, whatever. And I realized, okay, like I actually really don't need this shit. You know, I'd much rather spend my time and energy doing other things. You know, for example, like I said, you know, fucking reading manga, or fucking watching anime, or like playing video games, and just like watching movies, or any other hobby that I have. Like I'd much rather spend my time doing that, or even working on my YouTube videos and working on my craft, and like, you know, redirecting this energy, you know, into something else. Because essentially for me personally, I feel like me back then, like I was kind of like watching and doing all this shit, not even because of loneliness. I could do not. Sometimes it was out of boredom. And me and my friends, like there was this one time that motherfuckers were roasting me because essentially like I said like, hey, sometimes I beat my shit just out of boredom, bro. And motherfuckers are like, yo, out of boredom? That's crazy. And that's when I realized like, yo, I was in deep, bro. I was in too deep, bro. Like motherfuckers beating the shit just out of boredom. Like that's a whole other level. Just like for the love of the game, bro. Just fucking whacking your shit for the love of the game. Like that shit is crazy. But yeah, that's when I realized like, okay, maybe I should probably take a break for a little bit, just a little bit. But yeah, nah, yo, that shit was so funny. But I realized like, okay, damn, like yo, this shit is really serious. But yeah, so I realized like, yo, okay, I gotta like take a break or some shit. Like, you know, okay, like I'm not. Here's the thing. Everything is good in moderation. Too much of anything is a bad thing. So in my opinion, I don't even think like watching sexual content is bad, like here and there, like every few weeks, maybe once a month. I don't know. Like if you're a dude, you gotta get your shit off one way or another, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause motherfuckers be saying like, oh yeah, like you gotta bust nuts every month or else you're gonna get prostate cancer. I don't fucking know. I don't know if that's true or not, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? If you watch that shit in a healthy moderation, it's not bad. But like, bro, if you just beating your shit every day to that shit, and you're just wasting your energy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I highly suggest, you know, you take a break for a little bit. Even just bro, you know what's crazy? It's even bad when adult film stars, when they even suggest to their own audience, like, take a break from fucking gooning and doing all this shit. Like, it's so bad for you, like, you know what I'm saying? And like, bro, motherfuckers don't realize that shit, bro. Like, you're like, motherfuckers, like, you really do need to take a break from all this shit. I don't want to fuck up my hair. My hair's beautiful. Anyways, but fucking yeah, so that's kind of like, you know, I hope I'm making sense, dude. But yeah, dude, I just realized, like, yo, I was just doing that shit for love of the game, and I'm just like, dude, why the fuck am I doing this shit? Like, respectfully, like, why the fuck am I wasting so much time and energy on this shit? And that's when I realized, like, all right, I need to put this shit to the test and see, like, what's going on, or like how it's gonna benefit me in any way. But, you know, a lot of people tend to make these type of videos online, and they kind of just like, I don't know, they kind of just like, yeah, they just lie, like, they just bullshit and be like, yeah, like 30-45 days of semen retention, and you gain this mysterious aura, and women start gravitating towards you, and you fucking, you know what I'm saying, you get this sixth sense or whatever. I'm like, bro, like, that shit is not real, bro. Like, you definitely get, I won't lie, you definitely get more confident, and you feel more secure and more disciplined, you know, all that shit I was saying. But like I said, anybody that says you're gonna gain some sort of superpower, whatever, is like, nah. Like, I will say, you do feel a lot better that you're not wasting your fucking mind and energy and gray matter, you know what I'm saying, on this fucking content. So, you know, like I said, that's what I felt like the past 30 days, or like past the 30 days, whatever, like, once I got to that point. But, and I mean, okay, so here's my third point, which is, in a sense, like, I kind of just mentioned it, but the discipline does create confidence in knowing that, like, you know, that you're basically taking control over your body, like, you're taking control over yourself. And like I said, a lot of times I feel like people, and, you know, other men in the past, or like, you know, people that I've talked to do say that, like, a lot of these habits do become automatic, and it's just because, like, we're programmed at such a young age, or like, you know, if you fall into watching this type of stuff at a young age, like, it kind of just becomes ingrained in your system. And then once to try to break out of that after so long, like that, it does become hard for a lot of people. So, you know, if you can take a break from it, or you can, you know, try even for like a week, or even just like a few days, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can try to get to like the 30 days, like, you know, it's a huge boost in like confidence and like mentality and discipline. Like I said, I never thought that I would be able to go a whole 30 days or a whole month, whatever, without fucking being my shit. But then here I am, you know what I'm saying? I did a whole 30 days and I was like, wow, you know, I actually do feel amazing. Now granted, like I said, I mean, I don't think watching this type of stuff in moderation isn't bad. Like, I like, what you do personally, I don't give a fuck. I'm just speaking in terms of like, from a health perspective, and like, and another thing, I'm not a doctor, I'm not trying to suggest anything like that, but obviously the studies are there that, you know, watching too much of this content is bad for your brain, is bad for, you know, your fucking, it's literally bad for your brain and psychology and all this other shit. So, you know, watching in moderation, you know, here and there, I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing, but if all you do is that every single day, and, you know, eventually issues start coming up in your own personal life and relationships, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That's why I think you should take a break. You should probably take a break, my boy. Take a break for like a good, you know, a few weeks, like maybe a good month. You know what I'm saying? Do the 30-day challenge. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let me keep reading my fucking notes right here. But like I said, I mean, it kind of, you just feel way better knowing that you broke a habit that you've been building for so long. Like, instead of fucking, you know, just running on automatic, like, you're like, sometimes I feel like every day, like, I'm not gonna say just men, whatever, but just like, people just run on automatic. Like, people just kind of they just wake up, go about their day, and do everything normal, and kind of just like, they don't even put like a thought into like their day, or like what they're doing, nothing like that. And that's what I mean, like, at least with like, you know, with people that I've talked to in the past, stuff like that, that have been like addicts, or like, you know, kind of been in like similar boat as me or whatever. It's kind of just like, yeah, you kind of just feel like doing this shit out of routine, and just like, oh well, you know, I had a long day at work, play some video games, eat some food, and then fucking bust a nut tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just becomes a routine, either daily thing or a monthly thing, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, weekly thing. And so you kind of just build this fucking habit without even realizing that you're building it, whatever. So I don't know. I hope everything I've been saying and talking about makes sense. I'm kind of really just talking about my personal experience and like what I went through, like my mentality during it, and kind of like why I wanted to do it, why I wanted to give it a try. I mean, if you look up this content on YouTube, like, you're gonna get a fucking barrage of videos. So I'm just another dude talking about my experience and what I went through, but I'm just being clear with what I went through and what I fucking felt and shit. Because like I said, a lot of people will fucking market this content, and they'll be like, well, yeah, after the 30 days or 45 days, like, yeah, you gain this like secret aura, and you start getting like, it's just like, what? Like, nigga, what are you talking about? Like, motherfuckers talking about like you're about to your third eye is about to open if you fucking stop busting nuts for 30 days. Like, nigga, that's not like, that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, maybe in the world, maybe one person. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like, bro, the majority of people, like, bro, if motherfuckers say like, yeah, you're gonna gain some sort of superpower, it's like, no, bro, that's not, like, no. Like, the real reality of it is, you will become more confident, you will become more disciplined, like, and that's all good. Like, I think every guy should at least do that shit at least once. At least to the guys that do be watching this type of content, like, do take a break for like a good minute, and then you'll see the results, and you'll see like what I'm talking about. If you already don't watch this type of content, that's cool. That's good. Keep it up. But like, if you're deep in it, or you're deep in it like how I used to be, definitely try to take a break. You know what I'm saying? Try the 30-day challenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do it. Trust me, you can do it. I thought I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've built up this habit for so fucking long, and I was doing this shit for the love of the game. You know what I'm saying? Mandy Muse. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, all right, hold on. Like, me and my boys, like, we would meme shit, whatever, and motherfuckers to me were like, yo, Ren fucking loves Mandy Muse, whatever. Like, I literally said, look, I'm gonna retire her jersey, bro. I'm taking off her jersey. I'm putting it up in the fucking barracks and shit. I'm done with my shit. I'm done beating my shit. You know what I'm saying? For a month at least. And then, you know what I'm saying? After the 30 days, hey, man, I'm just keeping it a bean, bro. I'm just keeping it a bean, but hey, I just wanted to try it out. You know what I'm saying? But I do realize, like, all right, look, maybe I don't need to do this as often as I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I was doing that shit every day, but, you know, your boy got to release some stress one way or another. So, with that being said, that's kind of just this video. I just wanted to yap about fucking, you know, just my experience, I guess, with not busting nuts for 30 days. I mean, I don't know, shit, I don't know, bro. Like, y'all motherfuckers see what this video is about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you clicked on this video, that's what it is. But yeah, I just want to talk about my experience, like what I went through, how I felt during it, and, you know, kind of just like what really happened after the 30 days. Because a lot of people be bullshitting about what happens after 30 days and shit. So I don't know. Like, I think, like I said, I think everybody should try it, or every guy should try it at least once. If you're deep into it, like, you should definitely take a break. Definitely get therapy, or do whatever you need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't think that motherfuckers need to be watching that shit every day. It's so overstimulating. I mean, same thing with social media, TikTok, Instagram Reels. Like, a lot of this shit drains your fucking attention. I'm trying to burp. See, Jesus, excuse me. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the confidence and all this aura just comes with like you regaining a sense of control. I don't fucking know if that makes sense, but basically, yeah, you just you break out of the habit, you break out of the loop, and you kind of just get back to fucking doing what you were doing, or just being an actual normal human being, I guess. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but like I said, I do think everybody should try this shit at least once. And I think I had a great results, and I'm definitely gonna, you know, put it to the test. You know, I'm gonna definitely research it more, put this stuff to the test, and trial 2 will begin shortly. I mean, we're at the end of May now, and I'm doing a challenge in June called No Jack Off June. So once June 1st hits, you know, maybe between now and then, fucking do whatever the fuck I want, right? But once June hits, from another month of June, between June and July, no releasing. You know what I'm saying? Like, no nuts busted. You know, no jack off June. So, you know, I know motherfuckers be doing the no nut November. That's later in the year, but hey, man, I'm doing no jack off June. If y'all motherfuckers want to participate, feel free to join me. You know what I'm saying? But hey, all for the love of science. But fucking hell yeah, bro. But anyways, all right, that's it. This video is fucking hilarious. The video is fucking funny. To all of those who are my friends and family that are watching this, I apologize. This is very fucking random. But I did want to make this video because I did kind of try it out, and I wanted to just talk about my experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, my YouTube channel is a mixture of everything. I talk about video games. I talk about movies. I talk about anime, manga, and I just talk about life experiences and my personal life and all, you know, all this other bullshit. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of my videos jump back and forth between a lot of different shit, but hey, man, like I said, that's just me. I just want to create some content. I want to make some people laugh. I want to make some informative shit. Just, you know, y'all come here, watch my shit. I appreciate it, bro. Just here to have a good time. So, with that being said, this video's coming up on 20 minutes now. I've been having a fucking streak lately of making a lot of... my headset just turned off again. But I'm making a streak of, like, making, like, long talking videos and shit like that. So, I don't know. But, I will end it here. So, like I said, if you guys have any similar experiences, or you guys have gone through 30 days of no, releasing, or, you've done something like this, or let me know your experience in the comments, or if you think this shit is fucking stupid, or whatever, just comment something and I'll reply to you. So, but anyways, with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope everything I've said makes sense, or you guys have just understood what this video was about. But anyways, if you guys want to see more content like this, definitely subscribe. And I don't have a consistent schedule yet of uploading. I kind of just upload maybe like 2 or 3 times a week. I don't know, and even then that's not guaranteed. But anyways, like I said, that's all for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and you guys will be seeing something from me soon. I don't know if I'm gonna be making another video game video next. This video was kind of just random. I kind of just felt like talking about this shit. I uploaded a video earlier today, which is the one about jumping from white collar to blue collar work. And then I'm recording this ahead of time, so I mean, it's Sunday today. I'm probably gonna upload this tomorrow, but edit it and then upload it tomorrow. But yeah, all right, that's it. I'm fucking yapping. I'm talking too much. Okay, bye guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.